because when you shut your eyes, you cannot see Bruce Lee kick. You know how fast? No, because the roommate, the mix Bruce Lee, a lot of pressure. You know, human being, just human being, cannot like a cartoon.
Most of us grew up watching martial arts movies and wondering whether the actors were legit fighters or not. According to actor and martial artist Michael Jai White, a lot of them are actually real fighters and legit martial artists. Here is his list.
Jet Li knows more martial arts than anybody who's ever done a movie, period.
Really?
There's nobody with the knowledge of martial art techniques like Jet Li, bar none.
Really?
Jet Li was a member of the Beijing Wushu team. It's basically like, imagine the gymnastics. And he's the best in floor exercise and uneven parallel bars and all of these things. And imagine he's a gold medal winner in several of those things. That's the equivalent. He knows so many styles and mastered them since he was a child. He technically knows more arts than anybody. Jackie Chan has done just the most amazing stuff on screen. Bruce Lee was the best martial artist of everybody, martial art-wise, philosophy and everything, and putting it all on his shoulders. Tony Jaa physically has done things that nobody else is able to do. Donnie Yen is, I think he has been the best as far as putting a whole movie together. And he's always stepped up. He's not only like one of those people that's right behind Jet Li as far as learning martial arts styles. His mother was a high-ranking Wushu stylist. He grew up, he's like probably second as far as knowledgeable is concerned. And then Donnie Yen has stepped up in choreography like nobody I've ever seen. He brought choreography to realistic fighting. So he has that designation. The best fighter who was a real fighter and has been in the movies is Benny Urquidez.
Okay. By
By far, Benny Urquidez has proven himself as one of the people who did the best fight scene ever and was a not undefeated champion. He's one of my instructors, okay? The most exciting fighter ever in the ring happens to be an actor that you saw in Heat, and his name is Jerry Trimble. If you look at Jerry Trimble, he has the most exciting fights I've ever seen anybody do. He was an actor on the side of Al Pacino's. He was one of the good cops on Al Pacino's side. He had, one of those smaller roles, but Jerry Trimble probably had about 8 to 9 lines in that movie.
Yeah,
but
I actually looked it up. Jerry Trimble is one of the fastest kickers in the world.
One of the best kickers.
Kick clocking at 118 miles per hour.
Jerry Trimble has knockouts that look like movies. There's a guy named Peter Cunningham that would be honorable mention, and another guy named unsung man named Billy Jackson, who never done in movies, but man, he was one of the most exciting fighters. But Jerry Trimble, bar none, baddest in-the-ring fighter I've ever seen and ever recorded. And now, then you got real fighters like Randy Couture. You can't deny the man. And he's an actor, and he's doing better and better in the acting. Chuck Norris, one of the best martial artists there are. As a man who is a martial artist, I praise him for the martial arts ethic and everything else. He lives it, okay? Of course, one of the most famous actors. And then there's Don Wilson. who was an undefeated kickboxer, friend, trained with him several times, and he's done a lot of movies. That's somebody who needs to be celebrated as real and has his movie following as well. You know, there are people who are martial artists who have, you know, as you notice, I will keep going and I'd get to Van Damme.
Yeah.
And people like that. What I can say about Steven Seagal, he's a great choreographer. He choreographed, I believe, the Challenge in another movie prior to him becoming a star. And he started at the top. But what he did, he created a persona that was badass, that you could live vicariously through. A lot of the Ukis do a lot of the work in the Aikido type stuff. The Ukis are the guys being thrown. You know what I mean? But, you know, again, I have always said he doesn't have to be a real fighter, you know, because if he had fought, you would know, okay? But, you know, he presents himself the way he wants. That's his choice.